Hey there, girlfriend. Ingafay here. Super excited to be with you today. For those of you that don't know me, I am a confidence coach for home based business owners. And today I'm sharing another one of my coaching girlfriends, Tiffany Parra, who is a certified life coach, fitness trainer, as well as visionary author, three-time best-selling author, and editor in chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine. Say that 15 times, right? She also, her magazine is all about elevating your mind, your body, and your spirit. Tiffany shares a holistic approach to diabetes management through diet, exercise, meditation, as well as a few other natural ways to balance your diet. So I wanted you guys to hear from her today because she is a coach and she's going to help you with your business about how to elevate your business and be around like minded people. So without further ado, here's my girl Tiffany, and we'll see you inside. What's up, Tiffany?
What's going on, Inga? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, girl. Super excited to have you here. So I'm so excited to share you with my audience today. We're talking about how associations are important when leveling up your business. But before we get into that, I wanted you to share a little bit more about you, who you are, who you serve, and how you serve them.
Sure, of course. So I am Tiffany Parra. Roll the R's there. And I am from sunny Southern California. I am a certified life coach. I am a personal trainer. I am also a 3-time best-selling author, visionary author of the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse anthology, and also a mastermind facilitator as well. Through my journey of just going from the worst health of really my life to just the best in all areas of my life, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, everything. I really just focus on helping people, men and women, but I really like to focus on women over 40, because I'm a woman over 40 and we tend to have some different issues that come up. So I really just focus on just helping people get to the other side and helping them to really elevate that mind, body, and spirit so they can, live life to the fullest.
Awesome. Well, today we are talking about associations, the power of associations, and I wanted to find out more about how you've used associations to actually build your brand and your business.
Sure. So, COVID was a horrible thing, right? COVID was just nasty to so many people, and COVID was nasty to business owners. COVID was nasty to, like myself. I was an HR manager, and I was an HR manager in the entertainment sector, where they closed everything down. So I was, in a 13,000 square foot, seat building. And we can't have concerts now because you can't be close to each other and all that stuff. So fortunately, I got laid off, and it was the best thing that could have really happened because it opened me up to so many different things. It was a gut punch at first, and when that happened, I've been on social media for a while, just keeping up with friends and things like that. And I really, at that point, felt like, you've been networking in the HR field. Let's network outside of there. Let's start to, get to know some other coaches out there and people that can maybe help to elevate you, because I really was feeling depleted, and I just felt like, man, years of HR, you're pouring into people, teaching them how to be the best that they can be at their job and all those types of things. And it really does wear on you. So, that layoff, instead of taking it as some could, as being just, oh my God, it's so horrible. It was, oh, you know what? What's next? Let's see. So I created a women's group called the Girl Powerhouse Network. And I really I said, you know what? We're going to do just a little bit of us, just a few of us, so we can talk. We need a safe space to talk. And I'm one that when I grew up, the girls didn't like me. For whatever reason, they didn't like me. Whatever. Okay, I'm a personality. I don't know what it is, whatever it was. But I had a lot of guy friends.
Right.
And it was like, I liked that because I didn't have to deal with the cattiness that I watched a lot of my friends dealing with and all the BS and stuff. So when I created this group, I said, you know what? I don't want that. So I took the approach of an HR manager and started interviewing really the ladies that were coming into the group. I was vetting them. because I'm like, I don't want no cattiness. I don't want y'all doing, if you can't stick to the rules, these are the rules of the group. If you're good with this, cool, you can come on in. And we're gonna network with each other because everybody has so many talents, skills, and abilities that I am not the techie person. I will tell you right now.
Right.
Okay. But I have a few girlfriends that are, and I can reach out to them at any moment and say, hey, I'm struggling over here, and I don't know everything about business and how to be an entrepreneur. When
Right.
I started this, I started the group and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to do. So that just started to organically grow. I mean, it went from a handful of us to the blink of an eye. It was like, oh God, we got 100 people in here.
That is
And
awesome.
now we got 200 in here. We to date have 340 some odd women worldwide in the group. Now, not everybody shows up. We meet once a week, celebrate each other, and it's just so important to just have that group around you that can just be support and love for you, because sometimes you don't get that support and love from, say, maybe your family. Maybe it's something different that you need. So you can get that from being around like-minded individuals. And that's what I did with this group. I created it just to do that. And it has been such a blessing, such a blessing.
Awesome. So I wanted to bring out some key things that you said when you created this group that I think really needs to be resonate with my audience, because I think it's very important for us to realize that we don't have to know how something's going to go, have it perfectly organized, and have the step-by-step plan to do something. I love the fact that you just went out there and did it. You were just like, okay, I'm just going to figure this out as I go. And so many times I think what hinders us from growing into the person that we're destined to become is because we have to figure out, we feel like we need to know the each step that we're going to take. Can you talk a little bit more about how you were able to overcome that and how you were just like, I'm just going to do it? Or was it just the particular state you were in your life? You had just lost your job, so you had to figure it out anyway. Just be honest with share.
Yeah, when I first got laid off, I had met some individuals online. They were part of an international mastermind group called Noble Goldman. And I decided to join. It's a free group, so I'm like, okay, let me join this. They were teaching leadership skills and different things. And they had a bunch of mastermind groups that were going on about mindset. I mean, you had EFT tapping. And I'm like, what's tapping? I'm so into it now. And there were just so many different things that people were talking about. So I started going to a few of them. And there was one gentleman in particular, on Friday, he would have his masterminds. His name is Walter Aguilar. He's in Canada. And he's a leadership and performance coach. And I started going to that, and I'm watching how he's running the group. And I really just enjoyed the flow and the vibe. And one of the ladies that had invited me in, as I was, really just kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do, she's like, well, why don't you create a mastermind? I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of scared to do it. And when I said I was scared to do it, it was crazy, because I got on a mastermind, and it was Walter's, and it was a day that I was the only one that showed up.
Oh, wow.
And that was just God, because he always had like people in the room. And I was able to just sit and talk to him about how I was feeling. And he kind of gave me a perspective on fear. And he's like, well, think about it. Like, when you're excited about something, fear and excitement have the same reaction. You get butterflies in your stomach when you're excited to see that person that you love. You get goosebumps when, somebody gives you flowers and you're excited, right? But also on the other end of the stick, when you're at that edge and you got to jump out of that plane, you got those same butterflies in your stomach. You got those same goosebumps. It's the same thing. So I really I went back and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Because no, this is not fear. I'm excited about this. I'm going to bring women together, and we are going to just help uplift each other. And we're going to just go through this because we need this. Like, we need this space. We need a space to celebrate each other. We need a space to talk about any challenges that we need to talk about. We need a safe space.
Yes.
And I ran, and that's how I started it.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. So he gave you a different perspective. You were really able to swap out your fear for excitement,
Yeah,
because he made it obvious to you that they were the one and the same. It was just, we thought that they were different. I thought that is great. That is a great analogy that we should be putting in our business
right.
on a regular
We
basis.
need
Now,
to feel
another
fear.
thing I
Oh,
wanted to
you're
bring up.
excited.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm not scared. I'm excited. One thing else I wanted to bring up was the fact that you sounded like, and this is reiterating this point as well, that you surrounded yourself with like-minded people. And it might have not been exactly where you were at that point, but where you wanted to be. And I think that's really a point that I wanted to highlight in what you were saying, because we have a tendency to think that the things that we're doing right now is what's going to get us to our next level. But what you were saying is that it was obvious to you that you needed to level up,
Right.
and that leveling up was essentially going to get you to where you wanted to be. Talk a little bit more about that, because I thought that was profound.
Yeah, I mean, really, I'm going to tell you, it was really kind of interesting because I was in another mastermind group. It was the Signature Entrepreneur and Mastermind Group out of the DMV, and Dr. Larry White. And he had a guest on one of his, it was a workshop that he did for the mastermind. And there was Marissa Blodorn was the speaker. And I really was just hanging off those words because I was just like, man, like I resonated with her, you know, and she was just speaking about just stepping up and, you know, in your power and your purpose. And she is the editor-in-chief of Own It magazine. So she was talking about, you know, stepping up and just owning it, own who you are, own it,
Right.
You know, and I just was like, wow, you know what? I need somebody like her in my life because she's like so much further than where I am, but she's exactly where I want to go.
Oh, I love it.
So I reached out to her.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna be scared.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people are so scared, especially women.
Right.
We get so scared and so wrapped up in our you know, little feelings, and we don't want to reach out. But it's like, no, reach out, because sometimes you're looking at someone, you're like, you know what? They gonna be conceited, or they gonna be this, that. You know, you get your little, you know, little.
No,
little
you're right.
Self in there, or say
Yep.
something, you know. And I think with that being said, you know, when people look at Marisa, I think sometimes they do have that. Now, for me, I was just excited to just know her. And I'm like, I wonder if I reach out, like, is she going to like be cool with me reaching out?
Right.
And when I
right.
reached out, she was like, hey, sis, what's going on? Like, and we were like, oh,
Connection.
friend.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh my gosh, like, wow, like, sis, where you been?
Right.
You know,
right.
and it was just so profound because as I'm sharing, you know, me and where I've been and all these different things, and she's sharing her story, and she's like, look, I've got this magazine. I would really love for you to come and just share some of your expertise, become the subject matter expert in fitness for me. Because, you know, she's like, I need that in my business. That's going to help me to elevate my magazine. Oh, okay.
Wow.
But I was scared, but I was also excited, you know. So I said yes, and I start doing an article for her. Now I'm sharing with everyone, you know, and that's helping because that's now building, you know, Own It. And all of a sudden, things start going like a whirlwind, and now I'm being trained by this amazing woman to have my own magazine.
Right.
And I'm like, how did I just, whoa, level up.
That's right. That's right. I love it. But it was just the mere fact because you were excited and that you said, I'm just going to reach out to her. And I think we have a tendency to see those people as people we can't associate with for whatever reason, because, you know, they are so much higher. Well, they're where we want to be. And because we feel like we're not there yet, we can't talk to them. But that was so cool. And she embraced you.
She
That is so
did.
cool that she embraced you, and you just, you guys connected and took it
Yeah.
from there, which is awesome. Another
Yeah.
thing that I like that you did, that you were talking about, is the power of action. I think that is so imperative. We have some people have a tendency to want to learn, consume all of this information. They're consumers.
Yeah.
But they, when it comes down to actually implementing what they have actually learned, for whatever reason, they don't do that. So talk a
Mhm.
little bit more about that, because I love the fact that you took action. You had the thought, and then you did what you needed to do to make it happen.
Well, I mean, it's just so amazing that when you say yes to something, right? And then all of a sudden you start getting all these different downloads, from that source, and you're getting all these different signs and things like that. And that's what was happening with me. It was like, I'm getting all these different messages and I'm trying to figure out what it means, but I really just had to open myself up to it. And that's, I think for me, that's again part of my spiritual journey. It's just opening myself up to listen,
Right.
and then, yes, like listen. And then, yes, you need to take action. Don't just, God didn't put us here just so he can be in our ear and just have us
Right.
sitting here like this. No, he's telling us something so we can get an action, so we can go and impact someone else's life.
Exactly.
And that's really what I embraced in this. It was like, as she's sharing with me, and then I'm over here sharing with people, and then
Right.
all of a sudden they're getting clients and things, and stuff just is organically building around me.
Wow.
And I just had to just start I just really was sharing even more in that, because in with Own It is a network.
Right.
There's 16 magazines, all independently owned in there. And there were powerful, like-minded women there as well. There were women that are, in HR, just like where I came from. So I had people that I could really relate to. Then you
Right.
got, people in music industry and, things like that. I was like, oh my gosh, wow, okay. I can now learn about these different things, because now I'm a sponge at this point. I
Right.
really am just open to learning everything, because I have watched myself grow. And it's almost scary sometimes when I look at it, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like it hasn't even been that long. Like my magazine just hit 1 year in June. And for
Wow.
us to have, 1,300 subscribers and, 24 contributing writers and just all this, I'm just like,
That is
like
awesome.
just amazing. And then the group, to watch the group, the women's group, just how they've grown. And I'm watching the collaborations that are happening, women that have podcasts and they're throwing out there, hey, sisters, I've got a podcast going. And then all of a sudden you see them on each other's podcast. They're
That's
helping each other
awesome.
build their businesses and grow and just be seen out there, because social media is a beast.
Oh, it
It
is.
really is. So if you can connect with, other like-minded people that can,
Mhm.
get you out in their network, because when they're sharing in their network, there's someone else in their network that's loving on you and they're sharing out in their network. And then it's
Exactly.
going even more. It's like a little spider web that's just
Mhm.
getting out there. You just got to be consistent with showing up. That's
Exactly.
really all it is.
Yep. Yep. And I also love the fact that you made it a point to brand yourself. Um, I know sometimes when we are in direct sales or even network marketing, or even as a coach, if you're working for another business, but I know you work for yourself, we have a tendency to say, I work for XYZ company, or I'm with XYZ. I'm with XYZ. I'm an affiliate for XYZ company. I think it's so important to brand yourself and make sure that people know you as a person, because at the end of the day, that's who they're buying. They're buying you because they know,
Right.
like, and trust you. And it sounds like that's what you did when it came to building your mastermind yourself, is that you were just being real, and you made it a point to weed out the riffraff, because you didn't
Yep.
want the negative Nancy's and the gossiping Jennies in your group.
That's right.
You
Yep.
wanted to make sure that it was very positive and encouraging type of atmosphere, which I'm
That's right.
sure could be challenging in some cases. I'll say it that way. So talk a little bit about how you were able to weed out the negativity, I'll say.
With vetting people and just talking to people, I mean, when someone would they would try to add someone in the group, I would go to their Facebook, I would friend them, I would send them a message. And there's quite a few women that did not get on the group because they didn't friend me and they didn't respond to that. And when I'm reaching out to someone, I'm not reaching out to you saying, hey, my name's Tiffany Parra, and I got this going on and that going on, and I want you to buy this, that, and the other, and I want you to come to my coaching and this and that. No, I'm like, what's up, sis? How you doing?
Exactly.
How's your day? My name's Tiffany Parra. I just want to get to know you.
Exactly.
Because that's what it's all about, is the relationship building first. Get to know someone first. I mean, hey, if I go out on a date, I'm not trying to jump in the sack right away on that first date too. Can you take me out on 10?
I know that's right, girl.
First, get money, like spend some time with me. Come on now.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
It's the same situation here. Let's get to know each other. And, when I would get those responses, hey, how's it going? Thank you so much. And I would really just thank them. Hey, I saw that you were invited to this group. I wanted to personally welcome you.
Right.
As the facilitator. And, again, sometimes people didn't respond. So I would say one more time, and then it was okay. And I've only had one person that had to be deleted from the group. And that was because the group came to me and let me know about this person. Wow. And it was like, okay, you know what? Because first it was, one person that said, okay, sometimes, maybe it's just between those two.
Exactly.
But no, once it was a number of people coming to me, I said, okay, all right, I hear you. Let me address this person. Let's go over the rules first. We go over the rules. Well, okay, you're okay for a couple, day, maybe a week. Then you're back at it again. Okay, it's just like HR. Like
I knew you were going. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, girl. Your HR came right back in, right? Because I can hear it. I'm gonna go over the rules, make sure they know exactly what's going on. HR came right back. HR came right back. That is so cool.
Well, we got the rules right there on the page. So
yes,
it's like,
exactly.
It's simple. Respect the group. Don't post anything that is salesy in the group. Now, one day during the month, I open it up and I put a post in there. Please, I want all your sisters to know what you do, because there's 340 some odd people in here and we all can be each other's clients. You never know who's in the room, and you never know who's going to be your next coach, your next mentor.
Yep.
You never know who's going to be in the room that's going to help you get to that next level.
Exactly.
So let's network. Let's get to know each other. Let's show up to the meetings. We meet once a week on Tuesday night, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We usually have a question. Like one of the questions that we had was, what do you do to celebrate things that are created to destroy you? Everything that comes at you in life is to help you learn a lesson and to help you to get to that next level. Now, when we're in it, we're like, oh my God, this is the worst ever, right? I mean, we're in it, but we have to just realize that, no, this is another challenge. This is just another step we have to take to get to that next level. Exactly. So with that, it's just having that has really it's, I don't know.
Y'all, that's so powerful, girl.
Powerful. This group is just so powerful. I mean, it really is. And they're just learning from each other. They're growing with each other. I mean, we came out with a book last year, Becoming a Girl Powerhouse. And I'm going to tell you, Inga, when I started this, I just went out to one girl first. Her name is Jamie. I love you, Jamie. And I'm a Facebook stalker. I have to be, as an editor-in-chief of a magazine now. And I also just kind of was, because I want to know people. That's HR. That's what it does to you.
Right.
You become a stalker of people because you got to know who you're working with.
Exactly.
So I was going around and I'm looking at the different things that she's posting and different stuff. And I'm like, man, she's been through a whole lot of stuff. You can see it. I can feel it. I'm gonna reach out to her, and I reach out. Hey sis, how's it going? And we had already we'd already done the intro because she's in the group. And I'm like, so I was in your, in your Facebook, and I was kind of going through some of your stuff, and man, you've really been through some stuff, and I really want you. Can we write about this? Like, I want to do a book. Like, would you be down to maybe write a chapter? And I didn't know if she was going to say yes or no. It was just, all right, let me just throw it out there. If she says no, okay, I'm still going to love her. And when she said yes, oh my gosh, it lit me on fire. I mean, then I'm just going to everybody, just all my sisters, like, and I'm researching them and I'm just trying to find out everything I can about them because I knew that we had such powerful stories in the group that need to be told because there's more ladies out there. There's more women. There's men out there struggling too, but for me, it's the women. There's so many women out there struggling. They're curled up in a ball. They're crying. Yep. They feel like it is the end of the world.
Right.
And I'm here to tell you, sis, you are not alone. And the women in my books are here to tell you, you are not alone.
Yep.
You can overcome anything and everything that comes your way.
Yep.
Because we have to. And we just want to share that with the world. So that's our mission right now.
I love it. I guess it goes to the point of what doesn't kill you definitely will make you stronger, for sure.
Definitely.
For sure. Definitely. Well, I wanted to share your link. We're going to have this down in the description of the video, but I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of how they could connect with you. You can tell them what this is and if there's anything you want to say as final thoughts, because you've just done so awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm just so excited to be here. So this is my link tree. There is a lot there. You can connect with me on Facebook, on Instagram, also on LinkedIn. We have the Becoming a Girl Powerhouse website as well, where you can purchase either the first book, #1 bestseller, launched last August. We also have our next book that is coming out. It will be out November 4th. Cool. We're just so excited about that as well. There's 17 authors in the next book. So you can also book time with me if you are struggling to release weight physically, mentally, spiritually, as well as financially. Definitely reach out to me. Let's talk. Get on my calendar for a consultation. And awesome. If you want some really amazing information on how to elevate your mind, body, and spirit, you can also subscribe to the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics magazine, and you can get that magazine there as well.
Awesome. So as always, ladies, Tiffany, I love talking to you. I love your energy. My audience, that's why I had to share her with you guys. She's full of energy, positive energy, and that will help you resonate with you and help you level up your business. So as always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.